Yeah, welcome again. This is Bosca Fish Farm and Academy, and this morning we want to show you something very interesting in fish breeding. An organic food, a live food that is very nutritious for um, fish seedlings, either catfish, tilapia, whatever fish you have, gouramis, ornamental, and all that. With Daphnia, Daphnia, you are sure of a fast and healthy growth for your fish seedlings. And that is what we have right here. That is what we have right here. And I'm going to put us through how best to introduce our Daphnia to our seedlings. From fries to post fries, even to the pre-fingerlings, they are good to hit Daphnia in as much as you have them in abundance. In as much as you have your Daphnia in abundance, you are good to go. And this is the process of cleaning the Daphnia, because it needs to be cleaned, it needs to be sieved, and that is what we are trying to do right now. This is a scoop net. This is a scoop net. In order to hunt for your Daphnia, you need a scoop net. Even if you are doing your Daphnia culture on your own, you also need a scoop net to scoop the Daphnia. These are Daphnia gotten from the natural environment, like they went to hunt for this. Come close, come close, come close. Daphnias can come in varieties of colors. They come in varieties of colors, but most of the time they come in reddish, pinkish color. But nonetheless, Daphnia can also pick up the color of its environment, just like the catfish do. They can pick up the color of their environment. So if you are hunting your Daphnia or getting your Daphnia from areas with stagnant water, be prepared to get your Daphnia in sort of like a blackish green or greenish color or something similar. But if you are getting it from a large body of water, like a canal that has some sort of flowing current in them, then be ready to get your Daphnia in reddish color, either pinkish red or thereabout. So what we're about to do now is sieving. You need to sieve your Daphnia. You need to sieve, because they came with a lot of dirty particles. So you need to sieve. The sieving is very important. So that's the sieving process going on. You can see all sort of deaths. Like I said, these Daphnias were hunted from the natural environment. So this was gotten from the canal. Some part of the biosecurity of your farm is to make sure you sieve the Daphnia properly. You sieve it properly. And while you sieve, you rinse. You rinse. While you sieve, you rinse. Biosecurity matters a lot, so when you drop stuff, you rinse them. So as for you not to transfer any sort of germs into your pond. And shout out to Mr. Tunji. He hunts Daphnia for Bosca's Fish Farm, and he does it diligently. Now this is Daphnia Mang now. Come see, come see, come see. Can you see? This is Daphnia. This is how it looks like. What you are seeing here is alive. What you are seeing here is alive. They are a class of zooplanktons used in feeding our fish. Very, very nutritious. This has got at least 80% of crude protein and other nutritional values. Now, how do we feed this Daphnia to our fish? How do we feed them to our fish? We have two different ways of feeding. We have the direct feeding, which is the dry feeding, and we have the wet feeding. What is the dry feeding? The dry feeding is just by you taking your chunk of Daphnia like this and introducing it to your pond, while the wet feeding is diluting this Daphnia with water before introducing it to your pond. Tunji, please help me with a bucket. So, and we are going to try the two methods so that you will see how it looks. Come along with me. So now this is dry feeding. This is dry feeding. In Boscat Fish Farm, I prefer using the wet feeding because it gives the Daphnia, it gives my fish the ability for them to hunt properly, because the Daphnia will be easily spread in the pond easily. But with dry feeding, you just have to, place it strategically. You understand? So come see how the dry feeding works. You will see the Daphnias, they become active and alive. You can see them swimming. You can see the Daphnias swimming. So this is a live food. It makes your fish active. They hunt. It gives them that hunting instinct. They hunt for their meal, and that is what it's supposed to be. And they will grow fast and active. Now let's take it to the wet feeding. Now this is the wet feeding. We want to do the wet feeding for this one. And like I said, from fries of this size to like pre-fingerlings, even the sizes we have here can take this. You can see. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. They love it. In as much as you can get your Daphnia in abundance, all your seedlings can eat Daphnia. And if properly administered, they don't really pollute your water, unlike the conventional feed we use. And as you can see at Boscat Fish Farm, we run the flow through system. You can see water coming in and going out, water coming in and going out. So with this, it helps in the issue of pollution and water cleanliness. If you see behind you there, the juveniles there, water is also coming in and going out. So like I said, we run a flow-through system. Now before we continue with the wet feeding, follow me as we also introduce Daphnia to our beautiful red tilapia. Daphnia is a very lovely food. You can see our beautiful red tilapia over there. So now, unlike catfish, tilapias don't really come en masse like that. So it takes them time before they do justice to their feed. So but that's it being given to them. At their own peril, they would hunt and attack. Now, because Daphnia is alive, in as much as the water condition is suitable for them, your fish can always come back to feed on them at any given time. Since they are alive. Now this is the wet feeding. You can see how easy it is for me spreading the Daphnia, and immediately the Daphnia becomes active. And with my observation, the wet feeding causes lesser pollution than the dry feeding. With what has been administered to this fish at this moment, to this price, even in the afternoon, you get leftover Daphnia, they can still feed on it. That's the positive side of Daphnia. Unlike feed, whereby once you feed them and they tend to be inactive or start or the fish is no longer having interest in feeding on the feed again. Daphnia doesn't go that way. As long as the Daphnia is alive, the fish would eat. Even if your fish has gotten to this size, even if the Daphnia are dead, they will still come back to eat. So that is one of the good side of Daphnia. You can see them being active, eating the Daphnia. So in as much, like I said, in as much as you can get Daphnia in abundance, then you can feed your Daphnia from fry level to pre-fingerlings level. Fry level to pre-fingerlings level. What's pre-fingerlings level? That's the sizes most local farmers call Ijebu size. You get me? It's the sizes most farmers call Ijebu size. So if you can get your Daphnia in abundance, at Boscat Fish Farm, we've cultured Daphnia before and it was successful. But the downside of it is we can't get in large numbers as we have gotten through our Daphnia hunter, Mr. Tunji. So now let's go to the other fish right there. You can see the sizes as well. You can see them, look at them. You can see how they are active, hunting. With Daphnia, the natural instinct of your fish comes to play, which is the hunting instinct comes to play. Even up to fingerlings level, you can feed your Daphnia. The one we fed there are standard fingerlings, which that same size are the sizes some call post fingerlings. With what the fishes have taken this morning, they don't need a conventional feed for this morning again. The Daphnia is more than enough for them. If they can't finish it, in as much as the Daphnia is still alive, they will come back to feed on them. See now, as you can see now, we have fed our Daphnia with about 3 different categories of fish: the fries, the fingerlings, and the pre-fingerlings, which shows that any of these sizes can take and consume Daphnia easily with no stress, and it will definitely be productive in their body system. Another thing for Daphnia is it boosts the immune system of the fish. It boosts the immune system of the fish. Once again, like I said, I have Mr. Tunji right here, who has been into this for years. He's a fish farmer, a breeder, a very good one at that, and he's been supplying me with Daphnia for years as well. So Mr. Tunji, can you tell us the experience, what it takes, what do you go through having to hunt for Daphnia? Is it stressful?
No, not that stressful.
Okay.
But it's stressful. It's stressful.
Okay.
In other ways.
Okay.
Because sometimes we go far place to hunt Daphnia before we get to see it.
Okay.
And Daphnia is not something that we see all the time or we just see anyhow.
Okay.
Sometimes when there is rain, we see much, but when there is no rain, you have to go far to hunt for it to see.
Okay.
Because Daphnia works with rain.
Okay.
But when it's rainy season, we see Daphnia. When there is dry season, we don't used to see.
Okay.
That's how it is to see the Daphnia. It's something that is easy like that.
Okay.
For someone to be expert in hunting Daphnia, you have to do an experience, maybe learning.
Okay.
Or mingle with people that
hunt Daphnia.
Daphnia to show you how to pack it, how to get it, how to hunt for it.
Okay.
That is how Daphnia goes.
Okay. Mr. Tunji, I would like to ask again, for the benefit of newbies and those who doesn't really know how to hunt the Daphnia, can you tell us specifically how they can identify Daphnia when they see it outside? Maybe in the gutter, in the canal or something.
It's not something that I can tell you on camera. It's something that you come for it.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to get Daphnia, how to know when Daphnia is somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
It's not something that we can explain. It's something that you come and learn it.
Okay.
Because seeing is believing.
Okay. Like I used to say, it's not everything that you can easily learn online. Some things need physical appearance. Some things need you being there physically. And those things are like the Daphnia we are talking about. Some people mistake Daphnia for other things, which is not Daphnia. You understand? So with what you've heard from Mr. Tunji, now Mr. Tunji, you said during the raining season you see more of Daphnia.
Yes.
But in the dry season you don't see more of Daphnia.
Yes.
I used to hear something. Like the other canal, the major city canal, which is Olubondu. Olubondu is the major city canal around here where we get Daphnia in abundance. But I used to hear something that when rain falls, it's not easy for you to get Daphnia there. Like the rain washes the Daphnia away. How true is that?
Yes, because there is canal. There's much erosion passing through there.
Okay.
Before maybe there's Daphnia today now. When heavy rain for today, you part of the Daphnia because there is cream in the end.
Okay.
And it takes like 4 days, 5 days, 7 days
for the Daphnia to resurface.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how that place is. But if from outside, there's not much erosion outside.
Okay.
A little water that stopped in quarters is there maybe some 2 days or 1 day. The Daphnia will regenerate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how we get our Daphnia here.
Okay. Okay.
So
which means once it's raining, the city canal, which is a major drainage right here with us, all the waters around the communities get channeled into the canal, then flushes the Daphnia to the larger sea where the canal is being channeled. You understand? And like you said, it takes 4 to 7 days for the Daphnia to resurface. Now, Mr. Tunji, aside from my own point of view, how do you think the fish love this Daphnia?
because Daphnia is, let me just say, is the best.
Okay.
And it's life feeding.
Okay.
And one fish love it because it's something maybe like, let me just put it in this way. Like frozen fish and live chicken.
Yeah.
There is difference there.
Yeah, exactly.
And there is much protein there.
Yes.
Something that you have already froze. You have reduced from the protein.
Yeah,
than the one that is alive.
Okay.
And Daphnia does not pollute water and give them strength and growth, and there will be heading. The feed that you use Daphnia for, between a 1 week you can get standard post fires. For feed that you feed with feed,
Yeah.
maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks sometimes before it takes you to get standard post fires.
You are very
And
correct.
from Daphnia, between 2 weeks, when you get plenty Daphnia, enough of Daphnia to feed your fish, between 2 weeks you can get a standard Ijebu
Oh, that's very correct.
in any maybe hybrid,
Flowers.
clearance,
Or even etro.
hetero, anyone, because
very
the
correct.
Daphnia is the best food, 100% protein, fish meal, everything.
You're very correct. So, Mr. Tunji, once again, I want to say thank you for always hunting Daphnia for Boscat Fish Farm. And like we said, we only preach what we practice because we practice what we preach. Now, at Boscat Fish Farm, if you want to get involved in Daphnia hunting, or you want to know more about Daphnia, or you want to have a training regarding Daphnia hunting, Daphnia culturing, or Daphnia recognition, kindly contact Boscat Fish Farm, and we will definitely link you up with somebody like Mr. Tunji, and we will also put you through our professional handling of Daphnia, if that by culturing or by administering. And with that, you will know everything you need to know about Daphnia. If you have any question regarding this video, this class, this teaching of today, kindly contact Boscat's Fish Farm. You can reach us on our mobile number 090-311-61189. I repeat, 090-311-61189. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Boscat Fish Farm, at BUSKAT Fish Farm, at BUSKAT Fish Farm. Follow us on Instagram, you will see more of our posts and everything. I remain yours, and Boscat himself, Akumi Samuel Olubusayo. And I have Mr. Tunji right here once again. From this side, we say, keep having a good aqua business. Thank you.
Thank you.